Hey everybody, Jill Davis here with a spot of sunshine where we are spreading the smiles across the miles. Yay! Glad you're here with us today. And remember, spread the smiles across the miles everywhere we go. Hi, hi, hi. It's okay. So, some places they might lock you up, but whatever. So, today or yesterday, just let me say, yesterday I mentioned about shrinking it. Shrink it. If something's really, really bothering you, someone or something is bothering you, shrink it. Actually, that happened to me this morning. I think I'll shrink it in my mind. So here we go. Shrink it. Shrink what? Shrink anything, excuse me, or anyone bothering you. When I feel hurt or intimidated by people, I shrink them to little children or little balls, and they are way less scary. You can also try the shrinking technique with any of your emotions. The next time you are overwhelmed with debilitating shame, squeeze that emotion into a small ball and put it in a box until you're ready to deal with it. You like that? Let me tell you it again. The next time you are overwhelmed with debilitating shame, squeeze that emotion into a small ball and put it in a box until you're ready to deal with it. How cool is that, huh? Just saying. This is one of my next chapter is one of my favorites. The Scales of Justice. Here you go. One night, many years ago, I sat straight up in bed with a vision of the scales of justice. I had been harboring resentment. My face is shiny. Resentment, re-feeling over and over for months about a behavior of a particular person. Never me, of course. Of course, I saw myself as the good person and him as the bad person. If that's true, I thought, while picturing the scales, then how come I'm wide awake and the bad guy is probably sleeping like a rock? The version of the scales helped me put my perception and attitude back in balance by reminding me I choose my reactions. I made a choice in that moment not to torture myself. And never again have I lost sleep due to resentment. I just picture those scales and I'm okay. Sometimes I have other work to do too. Well, I'm okay as far as sleeping's concerned. But I realized I needed to begin work on a lifetime of resentments and did this by taking inventory in the attic of my life, where my past is stored. However, before I could get there, I needed to address my anger and rage. But how? I was way too angry to write. My teachers would say, just start writing anyway, just one page. I couldn't write down the name of someone, but I could not do that. I would start raging at just the thought of someone in my past. I was no longer acting out violently against people or property that was not mine, but I raged and smashed things, my own things. Crazy. People kept telling me I needed to deal with my anger, and that made me angry. I yelled. I was mean and hurtful. What to do? When I was angry, I felt like a balloon filled to the brim with air had been let go inside of me. Have you ever seen that? The balloon releasing air, flying every which way in a room like a psycho bird. That is how I felt inside when I was that angry, like balls were bouncing in every direction, uncontrollably inside of me. So here's the trick I learned. I love this trick. It's called a good beating. See? One day I got the wild idea to beat up my bed. Yes. Every time I felt the rage, I would pummel my bed until the energy inside of me dissipated. Of course, I wasn't always at home, so I occasionally had a few slips of the tongue. But more often, I would hold my anger inside, knowing my bed, and some sweet release was waiting for me when I did get home. Releasing the energy of anger within me, I was then able to finally enter into the attic of my being to start rummaging through everything buried there. In my attic, I found the clues for beginning my journey back to me. So, do you get the idea? When you see the bed, before that, I would break things. My things had to clean up the mess. I would hurt people. But when you beat up your bed, you don't hurt anything. You just go pow, 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 pow. haven't done it in decades, but I can remember it would release, would dissipate all that energy, that mad, bad energy. And then I could do what the therapist said. Yay! So you try that. If you get just so, before you tell someone off, before you blah, 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 or what, just, or grab a pillow or hit the seat in your car. Anything that's going to dissipate the energy without hurting you or anyone else. Namaste. Spread the smiles. Spread and pray I get my voice back. I am so